Police Minister Becky Cele met with Diepsloot residents a short while ago, and he gave them feedback on what government is doing in response to their complaints. Earlier, Gauteng Premier David Makhura said 7 South Africans had been murdered since October by the same gang using the same modus operandi. The murders led to a community protest that erupted earlier this week. Residents have been complaining about the police's inability to deal with high crime levels in the township. Early yesterday morning, a rampaging mob stoned and Satellite Zimbabwean national Elvis Nyati. We now go live to SABC News reporter Griselda Lewis in Diepsloot for the very latest. Griselda, as you heard there, all these, the key members of policing, immigration and the Premier of the province were there. What were the highlights of what they told the community?
Well, a very good evening to you, Iman. So both Ministers of Home Affairs and Police locked in talks with the community leaders here in Diepsloot this afternoon. That meeting has subsequently been concluded, but key to some of the issues that have come out of that engagement, this community here seems to be satisfied with the outcomes of the engagement with the two ministers. The Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, indicating that 25 immigration officials will be deployed here to Diepsloot over the next 3 months. You would know one of the main bones of contention was that locals here in Diepsloot believed that foreign nationals were behind the escalation of crime here in the area. The police minister also indicating that the 120 police officers that are being deployed here to Diepsloot, as well as the 16 vehicles. You'd recall that the community here was complaining about police visibility, saying that crime is going ahead without any intervention from the South African Police Service. The Minister of Police indicating that those police officers, the 120 boots on the ground, as well as the 16 vehicles, will remain here in Diepsloot over the next 3 months. So you have the immigration officials as well as police that will be left here in Diepsloot over the next 3 months. This is a period of monitoring to monitor what the situation will be if you have these officials being deployed here. One of the key issues was the issue of crime. Those police officers have been brought in here to bolster efforts and visibility to deal with the issues of crime here. So very interestingly as well, you'd recall over the past couple of days, there's been a bone of contention following the killing of Elvis Nyati, who is a Zimbabwean national. Also here today, the Gauteng Premier David Makhura indicating that they had paid a visit to some of the South African families that were also affected by the killing of their relatives. Some of them were shot, according to what the Premier had told us. The Minister of Police basically indicating that there seems to be a conversation that needs to be had. 11,000 foreign nationals that are in South Africa's jails at this time is the figure that he gave us. When I asked the Minister of Home Affairs about the issues plaguing here, where what we see happening now is that police have been on quite a number of raids this morning, which I was also part of, where they went asking for some passports. A number of foreign nationals believed to be illegally in the country have been arrested, and the police minister says those operations are going to continue here in this area. Part of the reason also is that there have also been complaints from this community about police taking bribes in this area, not doing their jobs. The police minister in his address to the community here indicating that they wanted to make sure that those police officers who are behind some of the criminal activity here in terms of taking bribes are also, their names should be given forward to community leaders here and subsequently given to police. But for now, the situation extremely calm here in Diepsloot at the moment. It seems that the conversation had between the two ministers and the community has managed to settle those fires for now, Iman. But it certainly remains to be seen what is going to happen over the next couple of days. But it seems like the intervention that has been made for now is one that will need to suffice for the next 3 months. Until then, both ministers will be monitoring the situation and trying to make sure that they reevaluate whether the measures they're putting in for these 3 months is going to assist with the challenges here in Diepsloot.
SABC News senior reporter Griselda Lewis, thank you very much for that update.